Hello and welcome back to another vlog. Today I want to talk a little bit about Fulica and some of the problems surrounding this species. Here I'm holding my largest individual of Fulica. She is a Fulica wild and she is 3 years old. And you might think that she's a rather large snail, and she is. But this is only because she was given the right conditions when she came to me. And the reason I'm using her as an example is because she is a bit of a special case. Because she was here when I got her right before Christmas last year. And now she has grown to here in a few months. And now this recent time she started growing even more. And she is a very promising individual of Fulica snail. However, this is not the case in most scenarios where people own Fulica. Because Fulica is sadly the most vulnerable to poor breeding habits and bad genes. Fulica lay about 200 eggs every time they breed. And they can also do so without breeding with another snail. And that is 200 individuals, which in the wild would be slowly eaten away by predators until the strongest survived. Ergo, most likely the largest and the healthiest. Now, what I've experienced in this hobby is that Fulica, no matter if it's a good snail or a bad snail, often they're sold anyway. So new owners and often people who are not too knowledgeable will get a snail that won't be nearly as big, and as a result they will start wondering, why is my snail so small? I thought this was the giant African land snail. This is not a giant. And sometimes those snails will breed again and more poor individuals get passed around. So I feel like it's an evil circle. And I'm not trying to sound like an expert here, but I have some examples to show you of just what I mean. And Titania is going to go back in her box because she is a wonderful snail, a much larger individual than I usually see. And I hope to pair her with a large Fulica as soon as I can locate one. They are very hard to find. So let's have a look at my comparison, which is going to be my Jadazi, who is a runt, and one of the babies from Titania. And I'll show you what I mean. Here I have my Jadazi, who is now 1 year old and 2 months. Next to him we have the child of Titania, who's also Fulica, and he is, let's see, April, May, June, he's 3 months old. And he is already catching up to my Jadazi named Atlas. And as a disclaimer, when Atlas was 3 months old, he was about this big. He took ages to grow. And he comes from a pet shop which does not have very good practices with runt culling and preserving the good individuals. So please keep in mind when you own Fulica to do your egg searches, to do your crushing, and if you're keeping any, please do the runt killing. It's brutal, yes, but in the long run it is good for the species and it's going to really help them be happier, be healthier. Oh goodness me, you two scared each other. Silly. And what the Fulica community needs is more strong individuals and better breeding habits. I'm hoping that this baby is going to grow into a very large individual, as he is already past 8 centimeters at only 3 months. And if so, I'm going to pair him, hopefully, with another Jadazi, not you, naughty boy, because you sadly are a runt, which you can also see on his shell. I've seen other Jadazi, and their shells are more, I guess, arrow-shaped, whilst his shell is more bulbous. You can see it has a bit of growing issues here, and overall it's just not good. Now, can you two behave, please? This is not the time. But yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to say about Fulica. And I hope that in the future, hopefully the near future, the practice around Fulica is going to change and people take responsibility for raising this species. I just want to see big Fulica again. That is my point, really. So please don't take me too seriously, because this is my opinion again, but it's a valid point that we need to try and fix the gene pool in the hobby. So I hope I'll see you soon, and until then, bye!